Welcome to Book Club The Yappening, a podcast where we discuss every and all things we've read and some of us haven't read, in a safe place where we can yap about life in general. In the description, you'll find links to our Fable, Instagram, and Discord accounts. Please follow for more yapping in different styles. For a warning, we will 100% be spoiling this book, so please pause, go read, and come back to yap. Read the trigger warnings before continuing on.
On jury duty, she's like, all the Codys I know are men. And then she starts naming people who are absolutely not named Cody. She goes, Cody Bryant. I love that show.
Nice. Thanks.
Welcome back to the Yappening.
Yabbity yap.
It's another rainy day over here.
It sure is.
It's been foggy as hell.
Sure is.
What are we talking about? My brain here?
Yeah.
That's my brain.
I'm trying to figure out how to send a goddamn link for this. Whatever. It's fine.
You got it?
Yeah, I'll just text it to you.
Sorry, we're discussing important glasses of business.
Yeah.
But anyways, while she's doing that, I'm hosting today, so prepare for 2 truths and a lie. Because again, I did better this time with the script, but not so great. So I have the book on my phone, and I'm just gonna filter through to pull out some points. Because this is one book series. It's like a comfort read for me. It does get serious at times, but I love this series. I read it in college. It's called, the first book is called Cut and Run by Abigail Roux. I will forewarn that I didn't realize it at the time, when I bought the book to read when I was away, that there's an updated version of the book out. I read the original because they're doing a limited release of the original books as they were written. So there's a typos, there's some mismatched, the characters sometimes their fears or whatever are mismatched. But I believe she could have self-published the first one. I'm not too sure. You'd have to fact check me. I didn't do too much deep diving. But for me, the little mistakes don't bother me at all. I like the general story of it. So, and you guys know nothing about it. And I was like, you guys better not look up anything. Because I want to tell you about it.
Hey, I love being blind as fuck going in.
So I'm going to do my best.
Let's go.
So here, we're going to begin. Okay, and if I mess up any names, I'm fucking human, okay?
How dare you?
How dare I mess up a name? Okay, so beginning, Allison McFadden is having a fantastic first date, and the man has been nothing but a proper gentleman. Mm-hmm. Great chemistry between both of them, witty jokes, gentle touches, whispered breath, and even at the end of the night, there are no stolen kisses.
Ooh.
The night has gone so perfectly, it felt like a dream. She decides he has been the most perfect gentleman.
What's wrong with him? Suspicious.
Right? She invites him inside, not wanting to end the night for coffee or for hinted unspoken activities. He asks if there's anyone home. She admits her roommate is home but won't bother them.
They're roommates.
Yeah, they're roommates. He tells her to lead the way. She expected a kiss before they went inside, but he just goes inside with her. Nothing really. So slightly disappointed, but not discouraged. She was convinced the night would still be as romantic as it began. Hours later, as Allison struggled for her last breath, she couldn't help but to wonder if he never kissed her because it would leave his DNA behind.
He's saving himself. He's saving himself for marriage.
He's saving himself for marriage.
His dick, not so much.
This is where the story begins. So enter Special Agent Tyler Grady. Dark hair, 6'3", with a frame like that of a lithe large cat.
Okay.
So, probably how I imagine him is thin but toned, muscular, not I'm a macho man, but tall can take your ass down.
Yeah.
Not a twig, but not the broadest man ever. He looks rough and in desperate need of a shave. He had just come off a 4-week undercover assignment that was blown because a rookie didn't know how to mute their phone.
Ugh.
Weeks of around-the-clock surveillance, phone taps, phone taps, bribing informants, and some high-speed tailing all shot to shit. Their target, Antonio de la Vega, caught wind of it and disappeared. Ty was kind of grounded after that, and after the case got blown, so he was grounded after restlessly waiting on leave. The assistant director of the FBI, Richard Burns, calls Ty into the office. Ty was lucky enough not to lose his job already because he doesn't work under conventional manners. He sometimes breaks the rules and crosses the line to get the job done, but it gets done.
Yeah.
But at this point, he kind of fully expects to be replaced or fired because of how bad this went. Not many more details are left after that. Enter Special Agent Zane Garrett. He's dressed neatly in a suit with close-cropped brown hair. That's really neat. It's like, it's like really neat hair. He's 6'5", handsome, broad man. Think muscles. That's how I think muscles. Closely shaven, promoted out of the cybercrime unit from desk work into the field. He stands, very politely. He's on time for the director, and they're kind of talking. He's eager to start work because he wanted to get out of desk work so bad. Ty arrives late, per usual fashion. He was demanded by Burns to come in within 30 minutes. So he's like, no time to get ready, I guess. So he gets into his car, turns on the fucking lights. This is where some of the disconnect does happen, because at the beginning, I could be wrong, at the beginning, Ty does say he hates the shiny, flashy lights. And so he uses them to get to the office quick. But later, he does do that, and he's like, I love the shiny lights. So it's like a slight disconnect there, but I think it's fine. So I'm taking it as like he just is grumpy. So he arrives late. He's unshaven, scruffed. He wears a brown leather jacket, jeans, and dirty cowboy boots.
Okay.
So Ty's t-shirts. And these are kind of where my notes end, so we're gonna just wing it here. So Ty's shirts are one of my favorite things in this book series. And I decided to list them all out. Well, he's going into this meeting. His first shirt is a sorry, my handwriting is fucking messy. I said Ty loves his t-shirts and he can't be stopped. In this meeting, his first t-shirt reads Cock County FBI. It's a black shirt with white font. And I'm just going to list the rest of them in the book right now just to get it out of my system. So the other one will be a black t-shirt with the black letters that says, I'm undercover. He has a camouflage t-shirt with yellow tiny font that says, you can't see me and I'm right in front of you. Another one says X-Fed, but kind of like FedEx, but reversed on a... Yeah, so it's colored like that. A plain white shirt, brown print. It says, you have the right to remain silent, so shut up. And then his other shirt is a white shirt with a brown TP on it, surrounded by words, Camp Run Amok. Okay. So these are Ty shirts. They're great. I love Ty shirts. So that, unfortunately, is the end of my actual notes. So let's go back to chaos.
We got the important stuff.
Begin with true truths in a lie.
Let's go. Okay. Hit me, anagram daddy.
Oh my god.
It's a yard with 3 legs in it.
Okay, so they're and I'm gonna do my best. They're pulled into Burns's office, and Ty's are grumpy. Zane's really proper, upright. He is, by the book at this point. He's like a model. He would be a model agent if you were to look at him right now as he is. Ty, off hinge, Burns often describes him as a cat with too many lives.
Okay.
So he kind of teases him because he's like, you know, what would you do? What do you think I would do? He's like, you're going to fire me. Like, this is probably my replacement. And he's like, no, you guys are partners now. Like, Zane's back on the field because he used to work field work before, but he got taken off. Undisclosed reason as to why right now.
He's a loose cannon.
He's a loose cannon in a suit. But, so Ty's pretty off-putting. He makes snarky jokes. Like, he knows he is so valuable to the point where, like, he can kind of, like, dick around with Burns. And he doesn't call him by Richard. He just calls him Dick. And I know Ty's not just calling him Dick because it's a nickname. I think it's literally just to be an asshole. Because that's Ty. They call so they're in, where is the FBI location?
Virginia.
Yeah, so in Virginia, I think he's in Baltimore. That they like live in like Ty definitely lives in the Baltimore area. So the tri-state murders are in. Oh, okay, so sorry.
Back it up.
Back it up. So the first murder that we talked about with Allison, it is categorized underneath a serial list of murders, called the tri-state case, and one of the reasons why they do that is because the FBI agents they sent there before were murdered in their hotel room, and they can't. There's like no besides for like trinkets that are left behind, there is nothing similar to all of these murders.
Okay.
So there's not like if it's like the, you know, race, it's not gender, it's not like the situations aren't the same. Each body's set up differently.
Yeah.
Each body's killed differently.
So like kind of like Hannibal.
Yeah, and they have no connection. They can't figure it out. So Ty's a profiler, and he's very smart. I will say later you find out that Ty is another reason for his shirts. Ty is an ex-recon Marine.
Okay.
And they had a mission that they went on that went super fucking south, that they got discharged.
Okay.
And not necessarily because they did a bad job, but because of the mental ramifications is what I get from that. So that's why him and his like group got discharged, and he just ended with the FBI because, you know, hey, I need work. He likes to be busy. He's a fidgeter, so his legs bouncing, everything, he's always wound up. And his shirts, all of his shirts are gifted by his recon buddies, which they do come up in other books. So like I love his recon buddies. So he's just very important for the FBI because he does all of the secret undercover stuff, like all the classified missions.
Yeah.
So he's back. Zane, hold on, sorry. Try to hit the blah blah blah. I have to go over here. So yeah, they get them together. Ty and Zane immediately not getting along.
Yeah.
Like he's like, where's one? Where's one?
What am I supposed to do with this guy? Greet Tarzan? Hey, try leg yard.
Yeah, so like Burns is like, yeah, Ty's really good at his job. This is kind of like your last chance. Zane's here to keep you in line.
Yeah.
And he's hoping they learn something from each other. So another hint, Ty does take a phone call later. You know, Zane can hear him speaking in Farsi. So he was in the desert during his time as a recon Marine. And Zane speaks very fluent Spanish. So they like make that kind of thing when he hears Ty take a phone call in Farsi, which is one of his recon buddies, I believe. So Zane hates the way Ty acts. Like, he doesn't care. He's pretty messy. He's like disregard for the rules and any type of authority. He's just like, you know,
A loose cannon. A loose cannon.
A loose cannon. So he's definitely a loose cannon. And Zane, Ty thinks Zane has a stick up his ass. So he doesn't like Mr. Up and Tidy and Clean and Polished. So he's like, fuck off. Like, I don't want to. Ty does not want to like another partner. And that was the deal he made with Burns, is that he didn't have a partner. But because Ty messed up on the last one, he's like, no. But even Ty knows going into the tri-state murder case is that it can't be done alone.
Yeah.
Especially when they are going to go and so their job is not to just find the murderer. They believe that it might be an inside job.
Okay.
because nobody knew where the 2 FBI agents were aside from people in the bureau. So since they were murdered also in their hotel room, one, I don't remember the other agent's name, and I'm not going to really list it, but there's one important name. His name is Sanchez. He is one of the agents that did die. Okay, so let me move over here. So yeah, they like get together, first start talking about before they fly out, and they just kind of like talk, like Ty's like looking over all of the notes and stuff. He gets super engrossed in it. He realizes there's no MO to speak of, and he finds it so interesting. But also he has a vendetta against a person because he's like, you killed one of our own. Like, I got to catch you. There are 8 murders and counting. They're killed creatively. Like, there's one murder where there were twins that had died. There was one murder where someone got injected with bird flu. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And
Everybody's so creative.
Yeah, so one died of like an overdose.
Okay.
The girl Allison, her and her roommate were killed, and their hair was dyed, and they were switched in each other's bed. So like he switched where they slept, laid them in the bed, and dyed their hair.
Okay.
So they're all different, but they like all have little trinkets that are left behind that you know that they're the tri-state murders. Sanchez and his partner, they were just killed. Nothing pretty about it, nothing set up. There was a trinket left behind, but other than that, it was just get out of my way type of killing. So, there's that. Sorry guys.
No, you're good.
And it's like, they kind of like, Ty likes to eat like dirty, like greasy food, and Zane's like, I'm gonna keep fit. Like, Zane's a really fit man.
What an odd couple.
Way an odd couple. Yeah, so they leave on the plane, they go to New York, they meet with people there already, because they're feds, and they call them thieves. Well, they're feds going into New York, the cops don't want them there, the detectives don't want them there, there's so many hands in the pot at this point, because the last FBI agents died, that there's some information missing in the files, and it's just, they already, like, them coming into New York is already with their hands tied behind their back, because there's not really much they can do because no one wants them there. Ty arrives late to go, because I think they might fly separately, I can't remember, but Zane tells him he's late, and Ty's like, yeah, and you still got to stick up your ass. There's a lot of banter between these two fuckers.
Stop talking about my ass, and what's up it?
Not corn, tell you that.
Right? Oh my god, stop! Oh my god! But, so, Zane is, so he was part of the cybercrime unit beforehand, so he's good at digging for information, he's good at technological stuff and figuring stuff out, whereas Ty's a good profiler, and he's good at thinking, or how, you know, criminals think. So, they get issued a hotel room at a really nice hotel, but Ty's like, yeah, fuck that, I'm going to the Holiday Inn. Because because the FBI agents were found in their hotel room. So they were supposed to be hidden.
Okay.
They were found. So Ty's
got it.
if it's going to be somebody inside, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to use my own money and check into a Holiday Inn. And
they'd be expecting to be at a hotel.
Yeah. And so he drags Zane with him, because one of the things you find out later is Ty's partner beforehand was murdered. Well, they were shot by the same bullet. He lived. His partner died. So he carries that guilt a little bit. And you can see the scar because it was a through. So he got shot through. So Zane can see the scar. He doesn't really understand. He just figures it's part of the thing, because even Zane has scars. But so they go to the Holiday Inn. They split rooms because they hate each other. And they start talking to like the feds and stuff. There's like, I gotta get his name because I say it in my head, but I never said it out loud. But they're like these 2 younger agents that are in New York. They're not feds. They're, I think, part of the detective force in New York. Henninger is one of them. He's kind of like bright and bushy-tailed, ready to please. Like he's young, he's starting. He's like, yeah, an overachiever. And Morrison is his partner, and he's not as much of an overachiever, but he tries his best.
And it's all anyone can ask for.
Right. I hope everyone has fun.
Yeah. And then, so like they try to get access to the crime scenes, but obviously a hard time. They don't want them there. Most of them have been cleaned up at this point. So there's not really much they can do. They can only revisit the spots that the people died. Like one of the deaths, there was a woman. I think they said that she was a sex worker and she had all of her teeth pulled out and was laid in a grave in a very like predominant cemetery that is owned by rich people. So the wealthy get buried there.
Okay.
So the sex worker is laid on top of a grave with all of her teeth out, like removed. So that's one of the murders, and they do eventually go back there. When they do go back there, Zane has a bit of an issue. He can't really take it, and it's like the not addressing your feelings when they happen, because you find out that Zane, he was married to his wife for 10 years. She passed away like 5 years ago, and he's like a half of me just left.
Yeah. So
he just became nothing. You also find out that Zane is an ex-addict. Okay. So he is an ex-alcoholic. He used to do heroin, stuff like that. So he's clean now, so he doesn't do any of that, which there is also a slight disconnect in this, because at the beginning, when Ty and Zane get there, he's like, I need a drink and food if I'm going to work this. And then Ty's like, you drink on the job. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, one drink can put you, like, out. He's, like, an ex-recon Marine, so he's on guard.
Right.
Like, he's trained. He's, like, when he goes to bed, he wakes up suddenly, he's reaching for his gun or his knife. But then, like I said, that flips because Ty actually ends up drinking a beer when he's out, and then Zane's like, I can't because I'm an ex-alcoholic. Oh. So it's like those where like the slight disconnects are, but you can tell as more things establish that for sure Zane's the one who doesn't drink, and Ty will drink occasionally because he doesn't like to be inebriated. So yeah. So, like, for example, some of the things, like, they say to each other, there's one point where they're talking to Henninger, and they're talking about, like, things Scooby-Doo, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And they start talking about, Ty starts calling more, like, well, here it is, wait. Okay, so Ty doesn't know what SpongeBob is, because they have this whole fucking conversation. Wait. Yeah, so they, like, Morrison and Henninger start talking about, like, fucking SpongeBob or something. And, then I think Ty just starts calling him SpongeBob. Wait, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Because, like, Ty doesn't know what SpongeBob is. And he's like, you're fucking yanking my chain, right? And he's like, whatever.
You never watched Nickelodeon? I've never even heard of Nickelodeon. I was watching, the first 48.
Oh, yeah, because, like,
and that's why millennials are the way they are.
Mm-hmm. Because Ty's like, what the hell is SpongeBob? Is this SpongeBob? And then Henninger's like, well, perhaps you know Scooby-Doo, and then Zane's like, more like the Dark Knight, and then, and Ty's like, does that mean I can call you Robin from now on? And Zane's like, that's Wonder Boy to you, like, it's Boy Wonder to you. So they have, like, weird exchanges like that, so they're constantly trying to piss each other off. Alright, so, there's just, like, a lot of details I just want to add in, I just know I can't,
I love your chaotic storytelling.
I know, so...
We're all different, and that's great.
That's great.
Right, yeah.
Yapping in different styles, right? So...
Yeah.
But anyway, so...
Does what it says on the tin.
The tin.
The tin.
So, so yeah, Zane, with all of his addictions, he kept smoking.
Yeah.
And Ty's like, those things are gonna kill you. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Well...
You can't take all my vices away from me. And Zane's kind of fun because, like, he has strapped with weapons. So he has, like, fucking sheaths on his, like, arms, like, for daggers. So he is also, like, he's trained in daggers. I love my little Zane with his little daggers. Oh, and then another funny comment that they make is they call Henninger and Morrison the Hardy Boys. Cute. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, St. glanced over at the Hardy Boys. So, yeah, the age range, I can't, two truths and a lie. I know Ty's in his 30s, like probably 34 around there. Zane's in his 40s around there. So just to give you a context of how they look. You find out that Sanchez was part of the Marines with Ty and they knew each other personally.
Okay.
And you find out that Sanchez called Ty the night before because he had made a break in the case and wanted Ty's opinion because he's a profiler, but Ty never answered. So he feels guilt because like maybe he could have helped. So so this is very much like personal to him, but you don't find that out until later. So at this point, they cannot figure out, like they do see some of the crime scenes. They can't really figure out what the MO is. Like it all is too random. Ty is bothering Ty. I'm looking for things. There is a point where they do end up rooming together because Ty doesn't feel safe in his room. He's getting like the heebie-jeebies. And it's best that they stay together because of, you know, the 2 agents before I got murdered. So Zane agrees. There's a point where they're kind of so riled up by the thing. Ty's like, I need to go fucking out. Like, 'cause when they fly there, so Ty's a great flirter, by the way. He's fucking great at it. So there's a I don't know what they're called. Flight attendant. So there's a flight attendant who sneaks Ty her phone number. And so she's in town, so he calls her up and like, hey, want a night? And so she's like, yeah, sure. So they go get it on, whatever, like hour or two. He's expecting Zane to be back. He comes back. Zane's not there. Zane ends up going out because Zane has a problem with sex workers. So by problem, I mean he pays for sex. Like he doesn't pick up girls. Like he just pays for sex. Like that's it.
Is he the ex-addict?
Yes, he's the ex-addict. So he pays for sex, and Ty does question it. He's like, why don't you just go pick up a girl from a bar? You're a good-looking dude. And
I mean, I'd bang you.
Right? Right? But I know, so that's how that will go. So Zane gets angry at Ty for being a fucking grumpy asshole all of the time and high-strung. They literally want to kick each other's ass. So Zane goes out to go just walk, really. Go smoke, go walk. That's really all he's doing. Ty comes back, and he thinks that Zane went off the bender, and he's like, I can't fucking have you, like, drinking while we're doing this. And he's like, you need to get off my ass. I'm not doing anything. So they get fucking grumpy. You also find out that the flight attendant Ty ends up sleeping with, the murderer tracked him and kills the flight attendant and strings her up in a window. Oof. Yeah, so, I do have to look that up because there's like basically this book is basically like a part 1, part 2. Okay. Even though it doesn't list it like that. Jesus Christ. We're gonna retell this to my best abilities. There's so many details. Also, they're constantly fucking eating. I mean, I know they're big dudes. Like, I've been around people who, like, lift weights and stuff like that. All they want to do is eat. And I'm so jealous that they can eat as much as they want. I know they work it off, but... Basically, if you want, like, super fucking details, read the book. It's great.
We already knew that, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so the bird flu. They start talking about the bird flu case because they can't figure out what the fuck's going on. Alright, I'll just do my best. I keep saying that. There's too many details.
You're doing good.
Thanks. So, where was I off? So... flight attendant. Okay, they get grumpy. So yeah, Ty's constantly on Zane's ass about the alcohol and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's getting to a point where it's really pissing Zane off, and they do get into like a massive fucking fight. Like they beat each other's ass. Like I'm talking pages of description of them kicking each other's ass in this alley.
That's crazy.
Like it's bad. And like Ty's like an ex-recon, so it don't matter if he's shorter or skinnier than Zane. He's kicking his ass, and he's having a good time doing it. Like Ty's laughing at him. Towards the end, they're bloodied, and Zane gets so pissed, and they go back to the room, and everyone's like wants to like when they get back into the the Holiday Inn, the attendant's like picking up the phone to call the police. That's how badly they look. Oof. And he has to flash his badge and be like, "Yo, FBI, we're fine."
Just chill, dude.
Yeah, and then so as they get into the room, Ty starts feeling bad because he really kicked his ass. Like, he really kicked his ass, and he's like, fuck. I want to get to that part because I feel like there's a, like, an important detail over there. Pause. We can edit this out while I find it.
Brittney, do you want me to censor your bare feet, and we'll put the
No, because you know what? You can't pay me to wear socks in the summertime, so might as well get them dogs out now. Wiki feet, here we come.
Okay, fair enough.
Just put like Fig's head on one and Butter's head on the other.
Just tracking as you move them. You just start bouncing them.
Let me get to that part and I'll mention her in a second. I did. I found it. Okay, so one of my favorite things is like they're fucking kicking each other's ass, right? And this is like Ty so antagonizing. So Zane's like howling in fucking pain. And he tries to, like, I think, yeah, he tries with his forearm across the back of Ty's neck as his other arm hung limp and useless because Ty pressed a pressure point on Zane's arm that he can't use it. And Ty's like, got no idea what you're doing, son. So he's just literally antagonizing Zane as they're fucking fighting. And side note, because before this, they meet another profiler that Zane is very much aware of, because Zane's also attractive. It's also hinted that he's also, you know, had sex with Serena. And she doesn't like Ty Grady. She knows who he is. She is honest. She's consistently jabbing him and saying that he gets his partners killed, basically, before Zane knows about the true story behind Sanchez and his relationship, like, well, Ty's, like, friendship. And Zane does defend Ty, saying that basically Serena can't even touch Ty's, like, brilliance because he is seeing Ty work and how his mind works. So Serena's like, fuck you, Zen, never come back to me again. So that was like a whole thing before this.
So it's Anchorman. I straight up hate you.
Go back to your home on Whore Island.
But goddamn it, do I respect you.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, this whole fight was just getting on Zane's ass because, you know, the bar thing, and he's like, I don't care if you lie, cheat, steal, and fuck everything that moves, just stay out of the bars while we're working this case.
That's fair.
But he's not drinking.
Okay.
But Ty's just making an assumption because he's judging the fuck out of him. Yeah, so Ty feels bad that he kicked his ass. Also, Ty saying, whine about it, some it'll make it go away, like the pain. It's like, bite me, asshole. That's nice.
Sounds like an abusive boomer dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're constantly going back and forth. Like, Ty's like, hey, Garrett, you need a hug? Do you need a hug? Like, type of shit. I fucking love their banter. It's like, I won't tell anyone, you can cry if you need to. So that's how much Ty antagonizes him. Okay, so, you know, they're bantering back and forth, this and that, you know, they're angry with each other, Ty's on him about his fucking alcohol. But here's the thing. A few times, Zane and Ty have both admitted that they're attracted to one another.
Oh.
In a weird way. And Ty's like, I can't expect him to be bi like I am. Plus, I don't want a relationship anyways. Plus, he's a fucking idiot. But he is hot. Type of thing. He's like, he's hot, but he's dumb.
Well,
type
that's
thing.
Most men, is it not?
And Zane's like, same way. I'm like, he's smart, but he's a fucking asshole. But, he's hot.
Daddy.
Yeah, so they get on all about that. There is a part where, you know, anger riled up. And I forget who initiates it, but there is a kiss involved.
Ooh.
There's a kiss involved. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm reliving some great moments here that I cannot disclose because, you know, we're not just smutting. Yeah, they're spicy. Motherfucker.
Tell us in the comments how bad you want that smut.
Right?
So badly.
I want a real bad.
Bash, I want a hot dog.
Ugh, I love a hot dog.
That was bad, Jennifer Connelly.
It was, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No more Holly Hunter than Jennifer Connelly.
I don't know who that is.
Mrs. Incredible.
That ass, though, huh?
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I think this is the right scene of events, so I have to backtrack a little bit. So Zane goes down into... So Zane's missing files. They need files. They're very important. That they have just gone missing. So him and Henninger go down into the thing. They don't know where Morrison is. Henninger is looking on the computer for the files. There's something rigged in the computer. It explodes. So Henninger gets hurt. He gets rushed to the hospital. Ty scoops up Zane and gets the fuck out of Dodge because he's like, if they put you in a hospital, you're out of the case.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want that. So he takes Zane back with his like marine skills. He's on the bed with him, pulling like shards of glass out of his back. That's where things start getting spicy because he goes to the shower and Ty helps him, and then Zane decides to pull him by his waistband to give him a little kiss.
Ooh.
And so they start getting like really heated. And now Zane really wants him, and he's like, Ty's like, I don't bottom well. So Ty's like,
You just haven't had the practice.
Basically, that's what Zane says. He literally is in there. He's like, "You're still doing it."
I'm a good teacher.
Yeah. So Zane and Zane gets what he wants. He's on top of Ty. Ty doesn't want to admit that he likes being dominated a little bit, but only by Zane. Zane's pulling this out of him. He's like, "Boy, okay, maybe I like it." Yeah. And then it's like the best stress reliever for them at that point. So they do the do. They don't talk anymore about it, and they, do it again in the middle of the night. But this time, Ty tops, and so that's mentioned. It's very detailed. It's very juicily detailed. So yeah, they wake up. They don't really talk about it. Ty, I do have to read this. Well, I'm not gonna read it, but so Ty's feeling awkward now. His kind of sassy behavior is kind of diminished because he's like, what the fuck happened? Like, I let myself, like, I crossed the line too far.
Yeah.
Because he's very much like, fuck. He doesn't know what to say, so Ty's just like, my ass hurts in casual conversation just to make, like, a type of joke. And Zane doesn't know what to say because he's also as, like, flustered. So, they leave to go start doing more investigating, and he feels kind of Zane doesn't feels bad because he's also going through the emotions. So to make Ty feel better, he's in the elevator with people. He's like, Ty, my ass hurts too.
Well,
and so
what a bonding experience.
Yeah, Ty just says okay and tries not to laugh. And so they go about their business. They just try to ignore it. That's really the only time to do it there. So a few things later, I could be missing details, but they're still not getting anywhere with the investigation, and they go to the FBI building to finally debrief and all that stuff about what happened and why they left the scene the way they did, because they didn't want their location disclosed or whatever. When they go back out to their car, the car was rigged and it exploded, and Ty was very close to it. So Ty's on the ground. He hurts his head. Zane also tries to get him out of there because he's like, same thing. Like, you're not safe in the hospital. They can get you there.
Yeah.
Type thing. So he brings them to their actual hotel bought by the FBI. Because he's like, at this point, they know we're not staying there. So they would expect that we would go there. So he goes there with Ty. He needs to go get their stuff, and Ty's like, don't leave. He's like, I'm going to go with you. Do not leave. And he's like, yeah, but then he fully intends to go without him.
Mm-hmm.
So he drugs his, they get food. He drugs his, drink with Benadryl, basically. And Ty's really sensitive to drugs, but Zane doesn't know this. So he gives Ty, 3 or 4 fucking Benadryl. And Ty's, out. And he wakes up, And he's like, that mother, because he throws it up. And he's like, I need to go, like, get into the bathroom. Zane's there already. And he's like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
And he's like, you were hurting. Your head is hurt. Oh, yeah, because, sorry, side back up. So they get him out of Dodge. They do go to the hospital because when Zane gets down, he's like, I can't even stay awake because of bad concussion. And he's bleeding.
Yeah.
So he does go to the hospital for a minute. He does let the doctor, he argues with the doctor. They keep him there for a little bit. This is like a few weeks of them being there, like this whole exchange. But the doctor tells him, like, you know, he has a bit of swelling in his head. He needs to rest, like, give him medicine, make sure he lays down. So that's where they go to the hotel room. He lays him down, gives him the Benadryl because he's like, he needs to rest. But Zane does feel guilty, so he ends up not going to go get their stuff. So he did that at least. But then Ty's like, you fucking drugged me. I actually trusted you, and you fucking drugged me. Do not do it again.
Well,
and Zane expected to get hit by him, but since Ty's like feeling like kind of like emotional with Zane, kind of like, he's like a little bit calm. He's like, promise me you won't do it again. And Zane promises. That's when they finally see the murder of the flight attendant. And Ty's like, I can't do this. I need to be put on medical leave now. Because, like, his head's still hurting. It's throbbing. Like, he's losing memories at this point. Like, he's not recalling some things. And, at this point, he does end up passing out and kind of, like, he gets put on medical leave. He forgets that last week and a half. He still remembers everything with Zane, oddly enough. There is a point where Zane said, I don't want you to kiss me. Like, I don't want surprise kisses, like, because he doesn't want to get attached.
Don't spank me, daddy.
He's like, don't spank me, daddy. Like, it cannot be sudden. Do not grope me in public type of thing.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Don't kiss me surprisingly because it's getting under his skin a little bit because it's making him happy. But he does. Well, it's like he's an ex-recon Marine.
No,
he doesn't want to deal with it. So, don't bring corn to the party. So they go on medical leave. They get pulled off the case. Zane is going to be reassigned. They're reassigning 2 other agents to the tri-state case because they got nowhere with it. There was an explosion. There was too many, like, lines crossed again. Ty gets put on medical leave for about, I think, 5 months. Around there. 3 to 5 months, somewhere around there. And he goes through the hoops like Zane did, because you find out Zane also had to go through psych eval and all that stuff, because before he got into cybercrime, his undercover mission got fucked up. And so he had to go through all of the same, like, psych evaluation and counseling that Ty is going through. So he has to stay home in his row house in Baltimore. Zane gets put undercover in Miami. He's taking drug busts and stuff like that. Basically only Spanish. Like, it was either that or New Mexico City. So they haven't talked since because Zane is so deep undercover. Ty's brooding at home. He's bringing home a bar chick every night, like, fucking drinking, smoking his fancy-ass Cuban cigars. He collects fancy-ass Cuban cigars. And suddenly, after those, like, 5 months or so, whatever, Burns calls Ty back in. He's like, have you been following the tri-state case? And he's like, no. And Ty shows up, like Zane did the first time. He is very much in a suit. He's clean-shaven. He's good. Like, he looks good. He's not fidgeting. He's rested. Burns calls Zane back. He's like, you're not going back to Miami right now. I need you back here. Zane comes back. He is a motorcycle riding baddie currently. I'm going to back up a bit. So during one of the events during the tri-state case, when they were on it before, Ty had a brown leather jacket that was his favorite. It got ripped because of a tussle with something, I forget what, but it got ruined, so he goes to buy a new leather jacket. He hates it because it's black and it smells like, he says it smells like cow, like fresh cow basically, because it's like fresh leather.
Yeah.
So he hates the smell of fresh leather.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's like when people say they don't like the smell of coffee. I'm like, that's one of the most pleasing things in the world. Yeah. What do you mean?
So Ty's, well, I think, yes, that, but I think Ty's just grumpy that his favorite jacket has a rip in it.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
And Zane's just like, wear it. It has a rip-ass character. He's like, I had character before it was ripped.
Well,
This is Ty. Ty's a
bitch.
little fucking whining
put
toddler
a
at
fucking
times.
patch on it. Relax.
Yeah, and so he ends up, because Zane's like, I'm going to go back and buy one, because actually, no, I want one. And Ty's like, I don't care. I don't want this anymore. You take it. Because Zane's like, they had brown ones there. Why didn't you buy a brown one? He's like, they were too small. So he's just crabbing the entire time at the diner when he gets it. So Zane takes the black leather jacket. Fast forward to back when Zane comes back from Miami. He rides a motorcycle. His Thai black leather jacket is completely worn in. He has scars. He has a fresh scar because, his arm got cut open, which his leather jacket got cut open in the arm because he got stabbed by somebody in Miami for something. Zane's drinking again.
Okay.
So he spent 5 months, drowning himself. Like, not drowning himself, but he'll take, like, a couple shots of tequila when he gets home or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's taking upper pills. So he's back. He looks like... So there's, like, they switch places when they come back. They switch places. Ty's now been through the psych evals, the counseling. He is prim and proper like Zane was. Zane's now, like Ty, a little high-strung and grumpy and back. And Burns is like, you were the only two people that survived.
She's trying to play with her, like, bouncy toy upstairs.
Oh, okay. So, he's like, you guys are the only ones who basically lived longer than all the others because the two agents they sent after Ty and Zane, they got caught in an explosion and were taken off the case because they were severely injured. So they're like, whatever. They go back. They're, in a weird way, like, they're really excited to see each other, but nervous to see each other. There's, like, this awkward air. You find out... That's
just her, like, wrestling
She's
up
so
there.
excited.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, Zane's like, want to ride on my bike back to your... Because they're in Baltimore. Zane hasn't lived there in forever because he's been in Miami. I think Ty took a cab. He took a cab to the things he had. You'll like him because Ty drinks Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so he drinks. That's what he drinks. He was drinking and smoking Cubans before coming in to talk to Burns, and it's really funny because like since Ty was there early this time, usually he's late, and Zane was actually like, 'cause he drove all the way from Miami on his fucking motorcycle. Ty was like explaining like the rarity of his Cubans to like Burns, and Burns like kind of like, thank fucking God you're here, Zane, because I can't do this. Because Ty's just been on vacation at this point.
I would rather talk about crocheting than Cuban cigars.
Oh my God.
Right? And so Zane's hungry. He hasn't eaten since like he first started driving, and Ty's like, come back to my house, like my row house. And he's like, get on my bike. And he's like, hell the fuck no. So he calls a cab. Zane follows him home. He gets into his row house. He's surprised to find that Ty is neat. Like, everything is very, like, his photos are perfectly aligned down the wall. Everything's clean, made up, bed's made. Like, he's like, I did not expect this from you.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a neat person. What can I say? So he's learning more about Ty. Because, like, Ty has, like, layers to him. So he's very much a hard ass. That's the front that he puts up. But Zane has gotten to see more of Ty's softer side. Because Ty is breaking down around him. Not breaking down, like, emotionally, but, like, his layers. Like,
yeah,
he's
his
seeing
walls.
different layers. The walls are breaking down, which... That's why he got nervous, because towards the end, Ty was getting very much, like... when he started losing his memories, he's like, kiss me, basically. So it was, like, the surprise kisses were kind of, like, off, because he didn't remember. So he was a lot more gentle with Zane. That's what was concerning to Zane, because it's like, oh my God, is this, like, the real Ty? Or, like... But now that Ty's been conditioned... After his medical leave and his psych evals, Zane is seeing how he looked, because this was Zane before, when he had the conditioning done. But now Zane's more of himself now, but he's missing kind of Ty's wittiness and stuff like that, because Ty's like not bantering as much as before, and he's in a suit. He's not even wearing his fun t-shirts.
Oh, not the t-shirts.
Not the t-shirts.
You're not the man I hated.
Where's the man I hated? So they get back to Ty's house, and immediately it gets heated. They want each other. They want to fuck. Oh, come on. They want to color so hard. I'm like, I don't know if I'd say they're fucking. I guess we can.
Well,
Clearly, like, but
Is this heated rivalry? Kind of.
yes, kind of, but with
they're
guns
rivals and they're heated.
and with guns. So they start getting heated. Like, Zane needs a shower. Because he's been driving all day. So Ty's like, I'll go get pizza, but he's like, join me in the shower. And oh, sorry, side note. One of the things that they said that was kind of slightly forgotten, but they remembered, was they kind of like, they feel like this energy between them, and that's why they're attracted to each other. And Zane asks him, are you feeling this? Like, when they're like holding hands. And Ty says no. He's lying, obviously, because he doesn't want to even do it. A lot of the theme behind the first book is Ty saying that if he gets too close to Zane, and he says this to Zane, it's like, I can just cut and run. And then
Tail drop.
right? And so they meet again. Zane does say that again, because he asks if he got his head on straight. Ty's like, not really, no. And he repeats it back. He's like, are you feeling this too? And Ty said no. So, but they know that that's a yes. So they know that they are feeling it. So it kind of makes them a little bit more relieved. But that's when, Ty figures out, obviously, because he's smart, that Zane is drinking again. And so he gets really upset with him. Like, Ty's like short-tempered, so he gets mad at him for drinking, and it ruins the whole fucking mood. So, Zane goes to shower. Well, Zane showers, comes down to fuck, and they eat and they go to fuck, and he finds out that they've been drinking. Ty's pissed. He's like, well, I guess it's a good time. You don't mind if I drink then? So he pops open a Mike's Hard Lemonade, and he's like drinking, and he asked if he was using again too, and I think he said, I'm not sure what he said, but I thought he said he was only drinking, but he hid the upper thing because he has a tin in his jacket. Ty wants him to quit drinking again. He says whatever, fine. Zane cannot sleep because he's having the withdrawal of wanting to drink before bed, and so he cannot sleep. This gets really cute because Ty kind of just wraps him up in his arms, and he's like, lay down, because like he falls asleep. He wakes up after 2 hours. He's like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to sleep. Zane sits up. Ty's like, you can't sleep sitting up, because he's asleep. Then Ty's just talking through closed eyes. He's like, you can't sleep sitting up, and he's like, well, no shit. So Ty makes him lay down. He kind of wraps him up in his arms, and he does fall asleep. And he sleeps. And Ty gets up, and because Zane's like, are you going to be here when... Which is kind of cute, because before Ty goes back to the office to talk to Burns, he has a barmaid girl... Not barmaid. Bartender? I don't know. A maid at a bar with him in his bed. And she's like, come back to bed or I'm leaving.
Waitress?
Like, huh?
Waitress?
I don't know. I don't know. I forget. All I know is a bar. He picks up girls at bars. This one's a waitress, I think.
Okay, wait. Waitress or bartender, but you said a maid in a bar. A barmaid. And that just threw me off.
Like, what year is it?
Me and the Renaissance Festival kicking it. Sorry, guys. I literally live at the Renaissance Festival during Renaissance season, so I know them as barmaids or wenches, like in the most polite way ever.
Yeah, if you ever says wenches, it's not an insult. It's
not an insult. It's Renaissance, like fancy.
It's out of love.
It's very much out of love. Those girls be sexy. So she's like, come back to bed, Ty, or else I'm leaving. And then Ty just smokes his Cuban with his, he's on his balcony with his legs crossed, basically, smoking his Cuban and drinking his Mike's Hard. And he's like smoking out like smoke rings. And she's like, I'm fucking serious. I'm going to leave. And he doesn't move. And then she's just like, fine, bye. So, that's where it's kind of cute where like Zane's like, are you going to be here when I wake up type thing? And Ty's like, you can find me on the balcony if I'm not here type thing. So he does get up before Zane, and he lets him sleep a little bit longer because he needs it. I forget what happens, but they do get kind of hot. So Ty is getting calls from this girl, and he's like letting her, he answers it the first time, and he's talking to her she's yelling at him. You can kind of hear it. And he's just like, yep. Sure. And she's like, are you listening? And he's like, yep. And all while this is happening, he's giving Zane his mouth. He's prepping him. Because they're getting ready to do, right?
Yeah.
And then so she calls, and it kind of ruins the mood, but it doesn't, because Ty's like, I'm still going for it. And then he's like shuffling to get the lube out of the side drawer as he's like talking to her, and he keeps dropping the phone. And he's like, I'm going to call you back. And so he tosses the phone off. He gets to work on Zane. His answering machine goes off, and Ty's like, don't listen to it. And Zane can't even listen to it because he's so focused on him. So Ty just has his way with Zane.
Ooh.
As the angry girl's in the background. And then Ty finally tells Zane, ever since the girl is basically not really anybody, just a girl I picked up because I can't stop thinking about you for the last 5 months. So I'm just picking up different girls every night. Because it's unclear to me, but Zane also, I think, was with people in Miami. But he's like, but no guys type thing. And Ty's like, good. And he's like, what does that mean?
It was straight sex. It doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Not that they're actually dating. But so, they get hot and heavy. They start getting ready to go back to the tri-state case.
More like bi-state case, am I right?
Bi-state case, am I right? But so they get back. Zane's having some... Oh, sorry, son. So many side notes. And that's my counter.
I know.
How many side notes? So he goes to shower. Ty goes to shower after him. Zane's feeling kind of guilty, but he wants to get rid of the uppers before Ty has a chance to see them, because he knows Ty's going to be pissed. Wow. Yeah. And so he gets them out of his pocket. He doesn't even know that Ty got suspicious and followed him downstairs. And Zane's having like an addict moment where he's just like tapping the tins, like trying to get himself to throw it away, but he's not sure. He's like, what's the real point? This kills nobody. It only hurts me. And Ty, he turns around to throw them away finally, and Ty just looks at him and he hands like, like, give them to me. So Zane does. And there's like a whole like in between where Ty gets pissed off at Zane. He's like, you didn't care about yourself at all in Miami. You didn't care if you die. You didn't like take care of yourself. You were reckless. And he's like, what's the point? You kind of do the same shit. And Ty's like, well, I care about you. If something happens to you, I would be devastated. In like the most Ty way ever, to not say that he cares, but say that he cares. And that's why he doesn't like Zane smoking either. So after all that, they get back on their way to New York. They call Henninger again because they trust him, because he's proven himself and he's kept all their secrets. So Henninger helps them out after leaving his partner behind. And they get back. So Burns asked them both if they were still investigating the case. Zane said no. True, he stopped following after a week because he hadn't read anything other than Spanish since starting in Miami. Ty has been obsessed with the case. So he has kept on to the case. He doesn't like the killer being smarter than him. So they get to New York. They decide to go not in the city, but like more in this like deep areas like Queens or something like that, to stay there. And their hands are not tied this time. They're super undercover. No one is aware that they're coming back, besides for Henninger and possibly a couple of the other like detectives. They asked Henninger, because another reason why Burns pulled them back was the murders kind of stopped when they left. Kind of like the killer was sad that they were gone. So when they got back, the latest murders was the medical examiner that they had on their team and her assistant were murdered in their morgue.
Okay.
So in the actual bureaus, like wherever they're at, it's morgue they were murdered in, and their bodies were staged inside of the morgue. So
easy cleanup.
Yeah, right? So they're for certain, they are convinced it is an FBI agent or a cop. And then Ty sort of draws the connection that the person, the killer, has to be either their father was a cop or their mother was in the military or something like that, because the crime scenes are all laid out because what cops want is something exciting. It gives them something to do. So it's all different. So he's thinking that he's creating these the killer's killing is making these crime scenes to please the people
Okay.
around them that get them excited, to give them something to do, like make their jobs meaningful. So that's all Ty has on that for now. He still can't figure out the connection between all of them. Like, for example, the trinkets that are left behind are like the two roommates that were swapped in the bed. They had rings on their stomachs.
Okay.
Like plastic rings. So like, what the fuck? Yeah, so they get back. There's another murder that happens when they're back, and it's almost like a party. A person sitting up, dead, mutilated.
Okay.
He's like, his body parts are trailed around like confetti, kind of like a party, and there's a knife on a silver platter, kind of like a gift. So they're like, do they know we're back? And then Zane being Zane, he found out that there was like a hidden compartment underneath like the floorboard, and pulls out a picture that is their trinket.
I have a theory that's based off of the show Numbers. And I'll tell that at the end.
Okay, so the crime scene, confetti, surprise party, like welcome back, or like it could be like they know new people are on it, so it's like welcome to your first case, like be excited. Ta-da! So they leave the scene. Zane gets really excited because he likes to read. He likes thrillers and all that stuff. So he sees a bookstore. He's like, oh my god, I've seen this place before. It's like a retro bookstore. Like, it's like, you know, one of the older books. It's like not like a Barnes and Noble. It's like a pop and mom shop with resell books. Zane goes in very excited. There's an old man behind the bar reading, you know, Edgar Allan Poe. And Ty's just standing there because he doesn't even want to be in there. He's like, this is so dumb. And looks
like just lame movies.
Yeah, and then Zane's really excited and he doesn't want to take up too much of Ty's time because Ty sits down. He has a little banter with the old man. The old man's like, your friend seems really excited. He's like, yeah. He's like, you don't like drinking? He's like, I don't. Ty's response is, I'm happy with a gun and ammo magazine on the John. That's it. That's one of his thought processes. He's like, that's all I need to be happy. I don't need a book.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then Zane just loves reading. So Zane tries to be quick about it. He comes back, but Ty kind of like smiles because he sees how happy Zane is. And when Zane comes back, he's like, I promise I'm done. Ty's like, we have some more time. Go on. He's like, thank you. So he goes off to look at more books, and I forget what tips Ty off, but he starts thinking about the murders. They found a connection before they left the last time. They were getting really close. So as part of the files was they realized the person would have been part of the school or something, that the murders began earlier than that. And a lot of it was related to, it was like a nickname, some guy named Poe that died. And, he used to go and drink on Edgar Allan Poe's like grave. And I guess in Baltimore, it's a thing for there to be Edgar Allan Poe themed things. Like the Ravens are named after the Raven from Edgar Allan Poe. So you start...
What?
Oh, I think there is like some kind of mystery of someone who would go... I think it was Edgar Allan Poe. They would go to his grave on like his birthday or death day.
Yeah.
Every year, like raise a glass of wine, leave the bottle on like the gravesite or something, and walk away. And no one knows who that guy is. So like that's a real thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a real thing. So yeah, that's a thing. You explained it so well. Thank you. But
there was a guy or something. It was a birthday or a death day. I don't know.
Yeah, so he thinks the person would have gone to that school and then entered the bureau. So they're like, okay, pull the files from 2001, 2004. Before they left the tri-state case, one of the reasons why Ty wanted to go on medical leave was because Ty was being staged almost for the murders.
Okay.
Because his file would also... Because Henninger, when he brings him the files, he's like, just so you know, me and you are in the 2004 files. And Ty's like, fuck, okay. So it could be very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the bookstore. Ty's thinking about all this Edgar Allan Poe stuff. He asks the old man, he's like, hey, can you talk about these with me? And you come to find out that they start drawing connections, that the murders are related to Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
So you have the Raven, bird flu. You have, yeah, so I'm gonna, we can pause right here so I can pull it up, but it is actually, like, so cool. Actually, I can search this. Is it Allen with an E or an A?
A-L-L-E-N?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, okay. The guy at the party with the knife through his heart, trinket was found under the floorboards. Telltale heart.
Yes, that. Oh my god, you're so smart.
That's the only other one I know that other than the Raven, because I'm thinking about like two girls swapped in their beds with like their trinkets left on their stomachs.
Yeah, that.
I'm not sure what that one is off the top of my head, but also Edgar Poe hated his middle name was Alan because it was
that I know.
related to like his uncle or someone who was like abusive, something wrong with his family. But whoever wrote his obituary
Hated him.
super hated him.
Yeah.
So called him Edgar Allan Poe for life.
Yeah.
And that
Rest in
is
peace, King.
like, that's just like so cruel, but also Edgar Allan Poe is a great name. Edgar Poe, not as memorable.
Just to cut in, they're excited. They're getting people. They tell Henninger. They tell Henninger to tell the other detectives, so then they know that the place, like the killer's picking the most convenient spot to recreate these moments. So it's like he's picking what he's not picking it based on the person. He's picking it based on the scenario and how he can set it up. The cops obviously were just killed. Like it was not anything special. So at this point, Ty and Zane do have another conversation when it starts getting serious again. And Ty's like, we can just cut and run again, but this time with each other. And Zane's like, nah, you know, we both can't sleep at night if we do that. So Ty's there for revenge, obviously, for Sanchez and for Zane because he tried to kill Zane.
Yeah.
And Zane doesn't mind if they finish the case at this point. Well, not at this point. He wants to give some closure, but like there's a moment where they're in a car and they're going to go meet up with Henninger to go get the files that will link everything together. They get chased by an unmarked cab that has super tinted windows, and he starts ramming them.
Okay.
Like the car starts ramming them, and it's clear that they're going for the passenger side, so they're going for Zane. So they keep ramming the car. Ty's doing his best to drive. They knock over the car. Zane gets pinned with his arm gets pinned into between the door and the seat because it's on the side, so Zane's on the ground. Ty can see that the cab is revving to create a long distance to drive right into them, so it's going to be a head-on collision. So Ty's desperately trying to get Zane out. He's like, we got to get out. He kicks the window out. Zane tells him he's pinned. He can't move. Go. And it's kind of like really cute and like sad at the same time because Zane's like, you gotta go, you leave. Ty's like, no. Ty empties out both guns into the oncoming cab, even chucks the last gun at the cab, and then gets back down. Zane's like, you gotta go, and he calls him like baby. So it's like kind of really cute. He's like, you gotta go, and it's like, that's that, like, baby, come on, go, you gotta go. So Ty's like, he doesn't say anything. He just wraps his body around him to try to block whatever he can. And he's like, I'm sorry. That's all he says to him is, I'm sorry. And then they hear the police sirens come, and then the cab turns around to leave because he can't finish killing them and get away from the police at the same time. So the police chase away. EMS comes. Zane's pretty much out of commission. His arm's broken. He's badly beaten. He doesn't want any drugs because they have to reset his arm, and the EMS person's like, you're going to hurt. And he's like, I don't care. He's just breathing on his oxygen mask, like about ready to pass out. And Ty's like, give him the drugs. He's being an idiot. He's like, you can do a local won't do anything. He's like, no, I don't want to fight that shit off my system when we have to do this. He's like, it's a local. It won't do that. There's no fighting it off. And so as they're arguing, the EMS is already injecting his IV, and she's injecting it with a sedative, so it is the full body. So he's feeling it because he's like, what the fuck? And he's already relaxing, and Ty just goes, ha! He like points at her and just laughs because he got it was his way, basically. But then he also feels bad because he's like, fuck, I don't know why she didn't just do a local. And so he's like off his rocker. She doesn't want to release him, but Ty's like, he's not safe at the hospital. We gotta go.
Yeah.
So he gets Zane to sign the form. She's surprised Zane's even standing given the amount of sedative she gave him. And Ty, like, Zane does a lot because at the beginning of their second part, Ty's trying to be gentle with it because he doesn't want him blowing up and going to a bar.
Yeah.
Zane's like, I'm not that weak. So he pushes Ty so much, kind of like Ty pushed him at the beginning, until he breaks and he finally teases him. So when he's coming back, Ty jokes with him. He's like, sedatives kind of don't work all the way when you know you use, kind of dulls the effects.
Yeah.
So he gets Henninger to Ty gets Henninger to take them back to his, like, where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
Just to stay undercover while they figure out Zane. Ty tells him to call the other two agents. I don't remember their names. One's a woman, one's a guy. Tells them to come over so they could watch Zane so him and Henninger can go and track the cab. So the two agents get there. They sit down. Zane's laying in bed. Zane and him are kind of having like a goodbye moment. Zane's like, you gotta come back. Like, come back to me, promise. And he's like, I'll come back. And they kind of have like this cute little goodbye kiss, like hidden. Still, you know, they've been cute. Yeah, basically a little smoochies. And so Ty comes back out. Him and Henninger go down. Immediately, Ty gets chloroformed. So he is gone. Zane gets up. Him and the agents start talking about the Edgar Allan Poe related cases. Next, you find Ty's point of view, and he's like standing, but not like willingly. Obviously, his legs are shackled into the ground. His hands are up, tied, like his hands are shackled, and he's just stuck. He cannot move. He can't see anything. It's very dark. There's no light. There's one candle. Mm-hmm. And a big side note. Oh my God, sorry. So there is a point where Ty talks about his home. I think it's still in Virginia where he lives, but his dad had known to work in the coal mines. Mm-hmm. And there was he joined the Marines because it was either work in the coal mines or join the Army. So he chose the Army. It's more exciting type thing. Because he's afraid of dark, closed spaces. He tells Zane this because Zane's like, what makes you afraid so I can protect you? And he's like, what, protect me from the things I fear? He's like, no, like, help you when you're, like, not protect you from them, but to protect you while you're experiencing it. Like, when you shut down type thing. So he tells him about, he hates closed spaces. Back when his dad was in the mines, he would go down with them sometimes, and they don't really mine in his dad's area anymore, but he watched over the mines, kind of like, you know, security guard. And not a security guard, but he would just watch the mines to make sure everything was fine. They would bring candles down because they were cheaper than canaries, and so they knew once the light went out, they knew they had to get out because either the oxygen was gone or it was about to be gone. Yeah. So there's a candle in the room with Ty as he's tied up. The killer, he can't see the killer, it's too dark. He's hearing sounds of like scraping, like of mud, and then like bricks almost. Okay. Killer's bricking him in, like the cask of
not Monte Cristo. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so he's creating that scene, and he's like, "You're going to die." He's like, "What did you do with Henninger?" He's like, "I had to let him. He's fine. Don't worry about it. He needs to tell them you're missing." Type thing. So he's like, "I had to leave the boy, unfortunately. So, but he'll tell them you're missing, and then while you're dying, I'm gonna go kill Zane, basically." So, and he's like antagonizing Ty. He's like, "I'm gonna kill your partner. You're not gonna come back just like you did with Sanchez." He like knew everything about the Sanchez thing. That's where you find out that Sanchez called Ty the night before, and he's like, "You're just gonna abandon him too," even though he's like captured. So he seals them completely in with just the light. The killer throws in all of his suits and stuff and the keys to the shackles right in front of Ty before he steals the last like brick. Ty's freaking out. He hates dark places more, so he hates the mines. Like, so it's just reminding him of the mines and the candle too. It's like freaking him out. But he knows once that candle is out, he's done. Yeah. So he's just at this point struggling to get out, but he can't. Flash forward to Zane and the two detectives. They're talking about the case. Henninger comes back. He's hurt. He's like, I don't know what happened. Like, well, he's like, I saw like Ty get taken out, and then there was nothing I could do. I was on the ground. Like, I got smashed in the head. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Henninger kills the two detectives He pulls a gun out, kills them both. He looks at Zane, and he's like, y'all got too close. And so you find out then that Henninger is the killer.
Yeah.
He's been the killer the entire time.
The
The whole time. But, so he kills the 2 agents. He's getting ready to kill Zane. Before Ty left, Ty gave Zane his gun, his spare gun. He's like, if anything happens, badge or no badge, shoot. And even when they go back to the second time, Burns gives them an order that says make him go away. Kind of being like, I don't care if you kill him.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do. Take him in, like, do it later, like you don't want him in alive. He's like, do what you got to do. So, which heavily implies just fucking kill him, because we, like, disgrace in our, like, division that we can't have this. So Zane with his lovely daggers. Zane and his fucking daggers. Henninger goes to kill Zane. Zane unpops his fucking dagger and shoots it at, like, him, and he gets hit with it, and then that gives him enough time, because Henninger doesn't expect it. Gives him enough time to shoot him. So he shoots him in the gut.
Okay.
So it's going to be painful until he's going to interrogate him for information, because he wants Ty back.
Right.
Even Ty told Henninger before he got sealed, and he's like, Zane's going to fucking kill you. Even if you go to Zane to kill him, he's going to make it brutal for you.
Right.
And he does. He takes the knife that's in his body, and he starts twisting. He's like, where the fuck did you put him? Where'd you put him? And Henninger's like, actually, I win. If I don't tell you, I win. But he wants a quick death, not a painful one, so he tries to egg Zane on. But it doesn't work. Zane's kind of twisted. Well, I mean, it doesn't, because he's trying to egg Zane on. It's not really working, but then he decides, you're not going to tell me anyways, we're wasting time, so Zane just shoots him in the head. He's dead. So Zane's panicking. He's like, what? Where the fuck could he be? Where could he be? So he's like pulling the Edgar Allan Poe thing out. He's trying to figure out which one it could be next. He's trying to draw the connections. He's looking at Henninger, notices mud on his, like, shoes. Like, that's not normal. It hasn't been raining. Then he remembered a slight thing that when Henninger brought them to his place, he said that it's an old building, so there's still the old tunnels underneath.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, I'm going down there. So he goes down there. He starts screaming for Ty. It's dark. Ty has already used up all of his strength at this point. He's been screaming, hollering. His arms are bloody. He's been trying to get out. The candle's out, so he is already lolling off to sleep. Zane searches through, tries to draw a connection, and he backtracks, noticing, like, the mud, and then he sees a whole new paved wall. And so he breaks it. Oh, I'm such a dumbass. Okay, shoot back. I have to shoot back. So after he, like, figures out the Edgar, like, the tunnels, and after he kills Henninger, he's hurt. He can't move, right?
Okay.
So there's no way. He could barely stand. So Ty had brought drugs from the EMS lady, and they're, like, painkillers. It's labeled that, like, there's an OS on the pill. And he puts it there. Zane's not going to take it. He says to, Ty, and Ty's like, if you ever decide you want to, it's gonna hurt. Like, you're gonna hurt. So in order to get himself moving, he takes, like, 10 of them. He doesn't know what they are, but he takes, like, 10 of them, throws them in his mouth because he's panicking. He chews them and swallows it. And so he's starting to get, like, an adrenaline rush. Like, that's how he's able to get down there and start breaking the fucking wall down. And he's, like, sees Ty. Ty is, like, lulled off, but he's groaning. And he sees the keys there. Ty, at this point, he saw Henninger's face as he put the last thing in, so he knew it was Henninger. And he knew he was going for Ty, or Zane. So yeah, so he was basically he wasn't really trying to get out to save his life. He was trying to get out to save Zane.
Right. But,
so Zane breaks in the wall. He gets Ty free. Ty's kind of waking up. And, yeah, Zane's just pulling him out. He's got to get him out. And he's, like, sweating and stuff. He's, like, his heart's, like, racing. At this point, he's ODing.
Yeah.
And he's pulling up. Ty's figuring out what happened. And he's like, fuck. And by the time they get into the elevator to go back up out of, like, the ground, Zane's heart stops. And so, like, weeks later or something, Ty gets released. They wouldn't let Ty go to Zane while he was also being taken care of. And Ty got released finally, and he went to go see Zane first. And Zane's alive. He looked really sick and stuff. He's bruised, sick, like it's just bad. He's broken all over the place. He has broken ribs and all that stuff. Ty also had broken ribs from like the car crash, but he didn't care. But so he visits them in the hospital, and he knows what's going to happen. They're both going to get reassigned again, but the case is solved, but it doesn't feel like it is. Like, it's a win, but it doesn't feel like it for Ty.
Yeah.
Zane wakes up, they talk to each other again, and Ty's like, they know they have to leave, and Ty's like, I have to go now, I'm being reassigned now, but call me when you're out, call me when you're better. And Ty then is like, we can still cut and run, we can go off somewhere, open up a flower shop, like, type thing, just silly. And Zane's like, we can't, like, because Zane knows that Ty loves the job. So they worked so hard to get here. They're like, no, just do your thing. And they get sent. They both get released, get reassigned. Zane's back at Miami. It's like another 5 to 6 months pass. Ty's also undercover. Was undercover. Then you find him in a bar, and he's like, it's a bar. He knows people. It's near his row house. He's friendly with the people. He still takes home barmaids. Oh, God damn it. Waitresses. He still takes home waitresses.
Barmaids.
Every time he feels lonely when Zane's not there. He tried to contact Zane, but Zane was already undercover by the time they let him know anything about where Zane was. And so Zane was so buried that there was no getting a hold of him. So Ty's thinking, he left without even contacting me, so that must mean something. So whatever, fuck it. Zane couldn't get a hold of Ty. He was also undercover at the time, so Zane couldn't get a hold of him, so he just went back to Miami, because Zane knew if he went back to Miami, instead of saying no, that he would still be he'd still be working with the Bureau, and he would have a chance to see Ty again, eventually, at some point in their life. So, you find out Ty has broken fingers, and he did end up getting Antonio La Vega from the beginning. He was a mechanic working on, they had recalled a mechanic with a broken hand working on Vega's airplane, and suddenly his airplane goes down, and Ty's like, because Burns calls him. He's like, so I heard that this thing happened. Like, he's pissed off. It sounds like, to me, I can't remember at this point, it does loop back around it somewhere, I think, in the book series, but it sounds like Burns is almost like, so what I hear happened is, get your ass back to the office now. You have your new partner, and like, you're getting another assignment. Your vacation's over. Zane gets a call too. He's getting another partner. He's coming back from Miami. He's no longer going back to Miami. He's like, I need you here, so come here. They're both really angry about getting new partners, and they both have their own POV moment of they don't like their job anymore. They miss each other, type thing. If they're just not excited. Zane did not go back to drugs and everything. He even quit smoking, and he did that for Ty. So they end up getting back there. Ty meets with Burns. He sees like a fresh, like, glasses, like, puppy dog ready to fucking go with his leather binder, and Ty's like, are you fucking kidding? Literally verbally, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really? He's like, no, that's a trainee for my position, type thing, so you don't have to worry about that. And the guy is like, Ty, I feel bad for your partner coming in. And lo and behold, Mr. Bike Riding Zane comes out. He's in the office, and they're like, wait, they see each other for the first time since 6 months. And Burns is like, yeah, you're partners again, and I need you to start working tomorrow. Zane, move your shit here. We'll provide accommodations. Do you both agree? They both agree. Kind of awkward, but then they have like a conversation, and that's where you find out that Zane tried contacting him. Ty tried contacting him, and because at first Ty's like, what, were you afraid you couldn't handle orchids or something? Because he didn't want to cut and run. And that's where Zane's like, if I didn't stay here, like, because Ty's like, you could have said no. You could have said no. He's like, how could I have said no? It was that or New Mexico City. Like, Ty, I can't just say no. And he's like, you could have got another job or whatever. And he's like, staying with the Bureau was the only way I knew I'd see you again one day.
Yeah.
And so, they have their little kissy moment. They're like, we're going to figure this out a day at a time. Doesn't need to be anything serious. Zane also did not touch anybody. Zane is fully, like, locked in with, like, loving Ty. Still in denial about it. But yeah, that's how that ends. And yeah.
Happy ending.
Yeah. Until book 2, I guess. But that's my gay FBI story that I love so much. Hopefully you guys caught on. Hopefully it was entertaining.
Yes.
Hopefully you want to hear.
I definitely liked the like Edgar Allan Poe aspect.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. So like I forgot because I originally read it. I was like, what the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? And then like the second time reading it, because it's been so long that I'm just like, what the, I can't remember what the thing is. And then he had mentioned the story about like the grave and Poe. And I'm like, oh, it was Edgar Allan Poe. That's what they're themed.
Have you seen Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix?
No.
Watch it.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
Oh, like
it's essentially Edgar Allan Poe, but it's like deaths around like Poe's works.
Oh, okay.
So I was like in my head trying to like remember all of those deaths to like
Same.
see if I could.
Yeah, and I'll watch it because I want to watch some TV today. But
it's by Mike Flanagan. Have you seen The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix?
no,
Midnight Mass.
no.
Those are both really good, but Fall of the House of Usher has a lot of his usuals, and yes, like all of Edgar Allan Poe's stories combined into one series.
Remind me, how do you feel about horror? Like scary things?
It depends. So like I can handle horror unless it's like essaying.
Okay.
Or like anything to deal with like a woman going through like a horrible birth.
I'm gonna because I know some people don't like scary things.
I don't like gore and I don't like scary things. It just like, for example, like, you know, have you seen the movie with the blind man who was military?
Yes, that I know. That I understand.
I almost walked out. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. I saw it in theaters. I almost walked out because it made me so uncomfortable at the end.
Well, and it was like jarring too, right? Because
like it's like that stuff bothers me. Like when anybody, like it's not even just women. Women get me the most because I am a woman, but even men, like if there's anything that like no essaying. That's it. Or any like, it's like the new American Horror Story with Kim Kardashian.
I haven't.
I won't watch it because I know the theme is around pregnancy, and I saw one scene where she was like giving birth and like strapped down, and I'm like, I can't.
What's the one with the kids, the like teenagers?
Midnight Society.
What were you saying though? You said something about episodes or like that you were gonna wait until the end.
Oh, because you said all the murders and everything were random. I just remember like there was just a period of time where I was watching the show Numbers on CBS, where like a mathematician helps solve crimes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So really silly, but no, there's one episode where it's like all these murders are random. We're not even sure if they're like totally connected, but we're pretty sure they're connected. And like everything about them were random. The times, the weapons, some were accidents. And he looks at all the data and goes, yeah, all this is completely random. So like there's no pattern. We have to eliminate any patterns, and like that's the pattern.
Yeah.
And I don't fully remember how that ended, but you know, similar to NCIS, two people are trying to protect a hack using the same keyboard. Probably not how anything actually works, but it looks visually interesting in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot also. So another comment I'll make is like during the book too, at one point Zane does tell Ty like one of his biggest issues was that the first time that they had to get reassigned, Zane's like, I'm pissed at myself because I let you walk away when I shouldn't have. And he's like, I haven't cared about anything in the last 5 years. And Zane or Ty didn't draw the connection. His wife died 5 years ago. So Ty is the first person he's cared about since. So, and they're like trying to figure it out. But I think I have some fun quotes. Oh, like some of the thing like Ty, are you getting up or not? Go fuck yourself. Ty replies, and then and Zane's like, I'm not that flexible. I just love this shit. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's black. It smells new. They had brown. There's no help for it smelling new unless you want to find dirt and roll around in it, or maybe drive it over a few times with an SUV. My other one got rolled over by a motorcycle once. Ty said. Oh, this one too. Okay, wait. Ty's saying he's never had a concussion before, and Zane's like, never. And Ty's like, I ducked. He's like, how the hell did you not ever get a concussion? And like, you're a Marine. He's like, I ducked. And Zane's like, you ducked. Smart ass. Oh. I'll share that one for after the podcast. I cannot.
No, censor it.
Yeah.
Try to censor it. Go.
All right, you want me? Okay, so this is after, like, Zane, like, this is when Ty is, like, giving him a the girl's calling. And it says Zane lay there just breathing for a while, and finally he smiled. Sit in the corner and watch me my. Because Ty earlier said, while he was giving he's like, I'm gonna watch you, and you're gonna for me, and I want to watch it. You can censor
so
that.
it is giving like heated rivalry.
Oh, it's better than Heated Rivalry, in my opinion, because it's actually like a really good story behind it.
Heated FBI-valry.
I'm like, this will also help for June too, because I'm gonna go through all the books.
Hell yeah, okay.
Because I need to.
Because I feel like we needed picks for June. I know I have my 2 picks.
This will probably be my own, because I'm not kidding. There's so many different side couples. Eventually, there's like a hitman, and then there's like more Marine buddies come in, and it's just. Oh,
I do kind of like series that like spin off. It was a thriller series that wasn't at all spicy, but it did like spin-offs where like if there's like a group of agents and then it like follows different like that was so good, but I wouldn't be able to do any of those books because the dark side it is.
In the second, so my last comment, in the second half, when they come back, Ty's like, kind of like, I'll kick you in the shin if you make any more stupid pun jokes about, like, you know, like, hints, like, Ty and, like, being sexy or whatever. Yeah. Like, so, like, Zane's like, you just poke and poke to get me riled up. Or, yeah, and then Ty's like, damn right. And so since he said the riled up part, Ty told him, I'm gonna kick you in the shin anytime you do it. So he's done it twice. He did it for the first time, the time that he warned Zane, and then a couple days later when they're in New York, Zane makes that joke about getting like him riling him up. Zane says, you damn right, and kicks him in the shin, and catches Zane off guard, and Ty's like, I'm gonna start wearing toe-sealed boots. So I'm like, if you ever got bored and wanted to read something so nasty, so audiobooks for these are great too.
Good, I love
They're
that.
so good. I would just listen because you like banter.
I do.
That's why I wanted to write so much, because their banter is great. Like, the banter doesn't stop, but when it stops, it's like serious moments and it means so much more, but they banter.
Oh, you banter.
That's Cutting Run. And I will continue the series. I'll probably be doing another. I'm still finishing the Hunger Games, but I think I'm going to be working on this one for a minute.
Yeah, so I have 2 cut and run spots on Pride Month, and then Alchemized. I know Nick was part of the Alchemized.
Oh yeah,
reading.
I got Alchemized as
so
well.
that
And I got to read the.
Unless you want to swap Alchemized out for something else, but yeah, I have my 2, and then I did 2 cut and runs, and then we have Alchemized. But we don't necessarily have to do Alchemized for Pride. We can do that whenever, but
yeah, I got so much gay happening here. I'm a happy lady.
Totally different vibes, because mine are the 2 books, the like 2 second books in Book of Unnamed Midwife. Those are my 2 like Pride months, and those are gay but heavy.
Dude, though, like Abigail was before her time, because at one point they were talking about a cut and run TV show. And I'm like, doesn't make such a great fucking TV show? And now with Heated Rivalry out, obviously all talks have died with cut and run, but I need our podcast to pop up because I need this revitalized. I need people to beg for a cut and run TV show. It's giving like Hannibal. I'm rewatching Hannibal right now because I love that Brian Fulmer, whatever his fucking name is, the director of it, was finally said that yes, there's gay undertones. It's so obvious. Have you ever watched Hannibal, the series?
Yeah. Girl, you were talking about how each of the crime scenes was different, and I said, "Oh, like Hannibal."
Oh yeah, you did, right? I wasn't sure if you meant just the movie, but no.
No.
Also, talk about like side note Hannibal. The fact that there's a different murder almost every episode. I'm like, this ain't real. Like, I'm like, I know it's a story, but I'm like, this is too many serial killers going down. Like,
But that's how like
Procedurals go.
yeah, it's a standard like cop drama, but like also
yeah, and like take it as it's a fantasy. It's not real life. It's fantasy.
yeah, and it's also like not actual Hannibal. It's like a reimagining of that Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, which I think if they weren't canceled, they were going to touch on Clarice. So
I think I remember the next season was either going to be Manhunter or Silence of the Lambs.
yeah, I think so. That was the one that they wanted to do next, but then it got canceled, and they full sent the Hannibal and Will are together now. Whatever way you think that the relationship is. Yap out! Don't get murdered.
Yeah, stay yappy.
Stay happy. Read Cut and Run. Please read a Cut and Run. Download Cut and Run. Cut and Run. But make sure you get the redone version because they are redone.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's like the original ones and then there's like the redone ones.
What's the difference?
Editing.
I think editing, but I think some things have changed.
Right. You said at the beginning you thought it was self-published, so like just grammar and
One
stuff.
of my friends said it. She thinks that she self-published the first one, which is why there's some errors, which I totally understand. Because as also writing, I will go back and I will fuck things up, like accidentally. But you just kind of know they're like. There's at one point where and it's in the newer ones. I read the updated ones, I think, when I first read them. But there's a point where Ty's a Marine, right? Part of Marine training is jumping out of helicopters, I believe. Well, either way, you're a fucking recon Marine. There's not much you're going to be afraid of at this point. So he does a lot of like rock climbing type thing. So he's not afraid of heights, whereas Zane presents as being afraid of heights. At the end of the series, it kind of switches where Zane is not afraid of heights, but Ty is. But
Okay.
I just, in my brain, I know the logicness of that, so I just switch it back. So it's like little things like that if you read them back to back, you notice it.
Yeah.
But if you just, I know like some people say it takes you out of the moment, and it kind of does, but it doesn't matter too much to me because like I love my boys so much.
Hey, we good?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to say that the Furious Naughty I was doing a minute and a half ago was when Jessy was talking about just as a writer, you kind of messed stuff up. That was regarding myself. Yep. I've read some of Jessy's works and they are great. I was more referring to mine. You rewrite it and you realize, oh, that doesn't work. So you rewrite it again to make it right, and then it's not good anymore. I
do that.
Such is the way.
Such is the way. It is known.
2 writers.
2 yappers.
2 yappers.
To us.
To us.
Hail ourselves. Nope, that's copyrighted.
We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Brother.
Oh, okay.
There's an ending there somewhere.
Oh no, I had one just
I gotta send this out, Nick.
yeah,
Send us out, Nick.
because of one of them asking the other, "Are you feeling this?"
My wiener? I'm sorry.
Well, his wiener definitely jumps up and every time he sees Ty.
I'm feeling that.
Seriously, if you ever want to read like just something naughty, ooh.
Girl, I read naughty all the time.
I know you do.
I read the second Lights Out.
Oh yeah, I saw it on the
Lights on, lights in.
lights in
Yeah.
where the light don't shine.
That one was cute. If you like mafia stuff, so
Oh, I love mafia.
that
stuff.
one's definitely more mafia.
I love mafia stuff and like I like suspense thrillers for the most part. I have
Yeah,
to be in the mood.
that one was definitely like a beachy read. Like, it wasn't anywhere near as funny or outrageous as Lights Out, but I would highly recommend you, especially reading Caught Up, because I do think that you
I will
would
say
like that a
my
lot.
favorite tropes are military and mafia.
Okay.
I love military and mafia, like, very much. That's why, like, Fourth Wing, I really got into the aspect of the military dragons. I won't say much more on that because I do have feelings, but
Anyways. Sorry, trying to build up to it.
No. Drum roll.
Fate fell short this time. Your smile fades in the summer. Place your hand in mine. I'll yap when I wanna. I don't care if we don't have the rights to that. I'm proud of that. Bye!
Bye!